Boots is overrated, but he got, what's his record? He's got almost 30
He's
fights, right?
33-0 now with 29 knockouts.
He's 33-0, and out of those 33 fights,
Yeah.
he's probably had his way. We can say he even had his way in this one, even though there were some things that just wasn't really firing the way that it was supposed to be firing. But I don't think he's had the necessary learning experiences along the way in his 33 fights to be able to be sharp against this guy, no matter who he is and no matter what's going on and all those sorts of things.
So do you?
Right. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So what you just heard was the voice of two-time WBC IBF welterweight world champion, retired superstar, future Hall of Famer, Showtime Shawn Porter. Showtime Shawn Porter, 31 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw. 17 wins by way of knockout. One time in his career is knocked out. He stood at 5'7" with about a 68-inch arm reach. Shawn Porter last fought when he took on the pound-for-pound king, who is 37 years of age. Shawn Porter is 37 years of age. And that's Terrence Bud Crawford, November of 2021, 3 years ago. And Shawn Porter, he just gave his thoughts on a guy I refer to as the Phenom, undefeated IBF welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Jaron Boots Ennis, who is now 33 wins, no loss, no draw, 29 wins by way of knockout, 27 years of age, 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. As he took on, in a rematch, Karen Chugajan in his hometown of Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Arena. And they fought January 7th of 2023. Jaron Ennis won every round, unanimous decision, but it was a lackluster performance, and everybody chalked it up to the unnecessary and excessive movement of Karen Chugajan, right? And this time, Jaron Ennis promised a knockout. And Karen promised that he was going to be better. Well, he was extremely better, and he didn't move pretty much at all in his fight. He was there. He used lateral movement. He got out the way of punches, but he did not use excessive movement in the fight as he did in the first fight. And he hit and countered Jaron Ennis a ton in his fight. Some would say uncharacteristically. Some would say he was exposed. Jaron Ennis has been hit in the past, but we chalked it up to him just not being motivated and not being overly cautious of his opponent's power and what they were delivering and what was coming back to him. So he didn't care. But in this fight, he was set to make a statement, and he wanted to make a statement, and he got hit a ton, and he got hurt at least twice that you can see. He has a granite chin, and he has a great poker face, so you're not going to see it, but you can see the punches. They had an effect on him. And Shawn Porter initially stated that he felt Jaron Ennis was the second coming of Roy Jones Jr. 2.0. He actually said it on my show with the late great legendary Kurt Anderson, aka Kurt Sugar, aka the historian, my brother, my co-host, when we interviewed Shawn Porter. And I asked Shawn Porter, would he fight Jaron Ennis? And he said, absolutely not. There's no need to. And he said he believes that his talent is the second coming of Roy Jones Jr. And after which, Shawn Porter has changed his tune, to which Shawn Porter has stated now, Jaron Ennis is overrated, and he said this on multiple occasions. And he just said it again. Jaron Ennis won the fight. He dropped Karen in the fight. He won the fight, unanimous decision. But there was a lot of holes that were revealed in this fight. Now, I'm not going to say that Jaron Boots Ennis is overrated. Shawn Porter is saying that he's overrated due to where everybody rates him compared to what he's accomplished and the maturity and the development of Jaron Boots Ennis. Meaning that we're putting him in a pedestal and he's learning on the job in real time at 27 because he had the perfect matchmaking. And he's very distracted. I don't advise that he fights in Philadelphia again until he gets a ton of experience because he clearly is distracted. He's talking to the crowd. He's trying to be a showman. He's trying to be an entertainer. Instead of being vanilla and disciplined and technical, he's trying to be flashy, flares, knockouts, entertain the crowd, talking to people in the crowd, not listening to his father trainer, Bozy Ennis, just completely distracted, especially at home. He got hit by David Avanesian. And the question is, are people being too hard and too critical of Jaron Boots Ennis? And I'm going to say no. And the reason I'm going to say no is because his talent is off the charts. The sky's the limit for his talent. One thing I will say is that while you watching this fight, you can see now Jaron Ennis said that he was a better fighter from the Cameron fight, first fight, this fight. And you can see he didn't get better. But what you can see is that he's distracted. He does not change the speed on his punches. He does not change the speed on his power. Everything is extremely fast, extremely hard, right? And that's a problem. You have to think, since the Cameron fight, he fought two guys from the first fight. He fought two guys that were tailor-made for his skill set. He fought Roman Villa, who he dominated and outclassed, but he's flat-footed and predictable. He was showing off in that fight. Then he fought David Avanesian, who had been knocked out by Terrence Crawford brutally, had one fight, a 6-rounder, just to get his feet wet, and then fought Boots Ennis, and he was hitting him a ton in that fight until he got knocked out in the 5th round. Jaron Ennis didn't use his jab at all in this fight to